the refining process that they go through. Okay, the refining process that they go through when they add heat, when they're adding chemicals, when they're adding a lot of pressure to them. Okay, and and I can go on and on. We have to have healthy fats, for our joints. We have to have healthy fats to actually repair damage in our arteries. Okay, we got to have healthy fats. And the unfortunate thing is today we're confusing oils with healthy fats. And as a result, we're not getting enough healthy fats, which is why our bodies are so inflamed. We have so many reproductive issues, and so many people are struggling in terms of metabolic issues.
You've been told these oils are heart healthy for years, but what if they're secretly fueling serious health problems? Today, we're diving into the hidden dangers of common vegetable oils, like soybean and canola, found in nearly every kitchen across America. But here's the twist. These oils aren't just harmless ingredients. Dr. Bobby Price reveals how they may be behind weight gain, heart issues, and even chronic inflammation. Stick around to uncover why these oils, marketed as healthy, might actually be among the most dangerous products on your shelf, and what you can do to protect yourself and your family's health. Be it soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, or sunflower oil, you'll find refined vegetable oils everywhere today. They're all over the place, especially in fast foods and anything processed. Why? Because they're cheap to make and last forever on the shelf. Companies love them for that reason. Plus, they're often sold as heart healthy because they contain unsaturated fats, which are said to help lower bad cholesterol. But that healthy label isn't the full story.
Let's talk about the dangers of specifically vegetable and seed oils, which is what you're mostly getting in the supermarket today, vegetable and seed oils. And this includes corn. It also includes cottonseed, sunflower, safflower, soy oils, grapeseed as well too. And I know grapeseed is a big one, especially in the alkaline community, because so many people use grapeseed oil. But it's important to know and understand that grapeseed oil and other seed and vegetable oils are included in this conversation that I'm having today.
Here's the truth. These oils go through some intense processing, like high heat and chemicals, that strip out any natural goodness they once had. In the end, what's left isn't quite the oil you'd get from just squeezing a sunflower seed or soybean. And a big issue here is that these oils are packed with omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 isn't bad by itself. Our bodies need it, but it has to be in balance with omega-3s to keep inflammation down. Unfortunately, most diets today are overloaded with omega-6 and short on omega-3s. This imbalance can ramp up inflammation, possibly adding to problems like heart disease, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. And then there's how they extract these oils. Often they use a solvent called hexane and blast the oil with heat, which can lead to oxidation. Let me break it down for you. These oils start as seeds, which sound healthy enough. But to turn them into oil, manufacturers blast them with extreme heat, often over 500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like roasting them to a crisp. This intense heat messes with the oil's natural structure and triggers a chemical reaction called hydrogenation, which creates trans fats, those nasty fats linked to heart disease and inflammation. These trans fats aren't natural for our bodies, and because of their shape, our systems can't process them well, so they end up doing more harm than good.
And the reason, what really makes them so dangerous is this: the refining process that they go through. Okay, the refining process that they go through when they add heat, when they're adding chemicals, when they're adding a lot of pressure to them. Okay, and adding that whole refinery process, unfortunately, is what is causing these oils to become so dangerous. Because ultimately, what happens is this increases the concentration of what are known as polyunsaturated fatty acids. Okay, it makes the concentration of those very high. And the other thing that is very unfortunate about this process of refining is, again, it strips these original vegetables and seeds of all of their antioxidants that are protective.
But that's not all. When these oils are superheated, they also produce toxic chemicals called aldehydes. Ever notice a weird smell when you're frying with vegetable oil? That's often aldehydes. These can lead to cancer, and exposure to them, especially over time, can mess with our cells and even damage our DNA.
Oils also disrupt the cellular membrane as well, which can eventually lead to the DNA being affected, damaged, and ultimately mutating. Okay?
Then, to make the oil look clear and last longer, it's put through even more processing steps like bleaching and deodorizing. All of this strips away the natural nutrients like vitamin E and omega-3s, so any goodness in the seeds is long gone by the time the oil reaches us. Instead, we're left with an oil packed with artificial stabilizers and chemicals, but lacking in any real nutritional value. Back in the early 1900s in the US, people started using a lot more omega-6 vegetable oils, especially soybean oil. This happened as butter and lard were slowly falling out of favor. The big change led to people consuming way more linoleic acid, the main omega-6 fat found in these oils. Nowadays, linoleic acid makes up about 8–10% of the total calories people eat in Western diets. And if you look at the levels in our fat tissue, it's gone up a lot, from 9.1% to 21.5% between 1959 and 2008. Sadly, this has lined up with rises in health issues like diabetes, obesity, and asthma.
That, again, vegetable and seed oils can be very dangerous for all of those reasons. Again, and not only can damage your brain, your arteries, but also even your mitochondria. And your mitochondria is what creates energy. Okay, so if you start to feel a lot of fatigue, especially after eating a meal high in a lot of oils.
Now, here's the twist. Higher amounts of linoleic acid in our fat tissue and platelets are linked to a greater risk of heart disease. On the flip side, omega-3s are actually protective, and they work against heart disease. But the more omega-6 oils you eat, the lower your omega-3s get, and that can put you at higher risk for heart problems. Studies show that people with heart disease tend to have higher levels of linoleic acid in their bodies, suggesting they're eating more omega-6 than healthy folks. A key idea here is the LDL oxidation theory, which links heart disease to oxidized LDL. This happens when bad cholesterol gets damaged and forms harmful foam cells that block your arteries. When linoleic acid gets oxidized in LDL particles, it starts this process, making heart disease worse. Oxidized linoleic acid is found more in the plaques that build up in arteries, and the more of it there is, the worse your heart disease could be. Interestingly, it's not just cholesterol that's the issue. It's when cholesterol is attached to linoleic acid that things get dangerous. High levels of oxidized cholesterol linked to linoleic acid are found in these artery-clogging plaques. On a positive note, omega-3s, like EPA and DHA, can help balance things out. They lower triglycerides and lipoproteins, making them less likely to oxidize, which reduces the risk of heart disease. So, cutting back on omega-6 fats, especially linoleic acid from refined vegetable oils, could help lower heart disease risk by reducing oxidation and plaque buildup in arteries. As you can see, what we need is a balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids for our body to work properly. Too much omega-6, like from these oils, can cause inflammation in the body, which messes with our metabolism. This inflammation actually makes it harder for our bodies to burn fat and regulate sugar levels. Instead of burning fat, we start storing it, especially around our bellies, leading to weight gain and eventually obesity.
Are linked to obesity, heart disease, autoimmune conditions, Alzheimer's, dementia, and even cancer.
The sneaky part, these oils are hidden in so many processed foods. You don't even realize you're eating them because they're in things like frozen pizzas, packaged snacks, or even what you think is a healthy salad dressing. They're cheap, they last forever on shelves, and manufacturers love using them to make food taste better and last longer. But this means we're consuming a ton of them without even knowing. So, without realizing it, you might be eating way more than you should, and it adds up fast, making it way easier to gain weight than we might expect. The result? Since our omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is completely off balance, think 20 to 1 instead of 1 to 1, and this imbalance sets off inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is like a silent troublemaker. Over time, it can lead to serious conditions like diabetes, arthritis, and even cancer. With diabetes, it messes with how our body handles insulin. With arthritis, it attacks our joints, making them swollen and painful. And in cancer, inflammation can actually help tumors grow and spread. On top of that, when we cook or process these oils, they can turn into harmful compounds that make things worse. So, what can we do about it? Well, cutting down on these oils and eating more foods with omega-3s can help restore balance in the body, calm down that inflammation, and lower the risk of these diseases. Simple switches, like choosing olive oil or avocado oil instead of the usual vegetable oils, can make a big difference for your health. According to Dr. Bobby Price, oils are something we all use in our diets, but it's important to know they're not the same as the healthy fats our bodies actually need.
Oils and healthy fats, because here's the thing. We need healthy fats. We need fats in our diet. They are actually essential. We have to have them. And here's why. 60% of our brain is fat, okay? So fatty acids are essential to not only, our brain's function, but also our brain health, okay? So we need healthy fats. We also need healthy fats because around circling every cell in our bodies is healthy fat in the cell membrane.
Healthy fats are super important for keeping our bodies running smoothly. In fact, about 60% of our brain is made up of fat, so healthy fats play a huge role in brain function, joint health, and even repairing damage to our arteries. They're also a part of every single cell in your body, helping them stay in good shape. Without enough healthy fats, your body just wouldn't work as well. The confusion comes in because a lot of people think oils are basically the same thing as these healthy fats. But that's not true. Oils are technically a form of fat, but they don't offer the same nutrients whole foods do. Think about it. Oils are pretty much just empty calories. They give you fat, but that's it. They don't have the proteins, vitamins, or antioxidants that whole foods like avocados, nuts, and seeds bring to the table. These whole foods have a ton of extra good stuff that can actually protect your body from the bad effects of fat, while oils go through a refining process that strips away all the good stuff. Dr. Price also stressed on another issue with oils, which is how they're made. Most oils are extracted through mechanical or chemical methods like pressing or heating. These processes take them far away from their natural source, so by the time you're using refined oil, it's lost a lot of its nutrients. Take olive oil, for example. When you press olives, you get something healthy, but once it's refined, most of the good stuff is gone. On the other hand, eating whole olives gives you not just the fat, but also fiber, antioxidants, and other nutrients that are great for your health. And here's a big one. When you heat oils, they can actually turn toxic. This is because heating causes a chemical change in the oils, which is called denaturation. At high temperatures, like when you're frying or sautéing, this happens a lot with oils like canola, sunflower, safflower, and soybean. Once that chemical change happens, the oils can release harmful substances that mess with your body and lead to inflammation.
Also, oils are high in omega-6 fats. Now, you probably heard of omega-3s, which are actually anti-inflammatory, but these oils are actually loaded with omega-6s, which are pro-inflammatory, which means they cause inflammation.
Oils, especially the processed ones, have a lot of omega-6 fatty acids, which can cause inflammation in your body. This can lead to problems like joint pain, heart disease, and other health issues. Most Western diets have too many omega-6s, causing an imbalance and more health problems. Refined oils also lose important nutrients during processing and pick up harmful chemicals that can affect your brain, heart, and other organs. They can even harm your cells, especially when heated for frying. Even oils labeled as healthy still lose most of their benefits when refined. It's no news that for decades, the food industry has sold us the idea that vegetable oils, like soybean, canola, and sunflower oils, are the healthy choice. They've slapped labels on them saying things like heart healthy and low in saturated fat, making us believe they're good for us. But here's the kicker. More and more research is showing that these oils might actually be doing us more harm than good. The truth is, these oils are packed with poisonous fats, which can lead to inflammation. And inflammation is linked to a whole bunch of health problems, from heart disease to cancer. But despite all this, the big food companies have done a great job convincing us otherwise. Back in the 20th century, powerful companies like Procter & Gamble and the American Soybean Association poured tons of money into marketing these oils as healthier alternatives to things like butter and lard. They didn't just stop at ads either. They got doctors and even heart health organizations on board, pushing the idea that vegetable oils would help lower the risk of heart disease. Thanks to this, vegetable oils ended up in just about everything we eat today.
I'm talking about healthy food restaurants. The vast majority of them that I asked, they had unhealthy oils, and they primarily use canola oil, which is by far one of the worst oils that you can use.
All that marketing muscle, combined with funding studies to downplay the risks, has kept us in the dark about the true effects of these oils. And while the truth is slowly coming out, those old messages still stick with us, keeping vegetable oils firmly in our diets, even though they might not be as healthy as we've been led to believe. So instead of oils, it's better to eat whole foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. These foods provide healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, support hormone production, and improve brain function. They offer much more than oils do for your health.
When you eat the whole food that actually has the oil. So instead of, focusing on olive oil, eat olives. Instead of focusing on avocado oil, then consume avocados.
These fats aren't just delicious, they're really good for your heart and overall health too. For starters, extra virgin olive oil is packed with something called oleic acid, which helps reduce inflammation and is great for your heart. It also has antioxidants like polyphenols that fight off damage from things like pollution or stress, keeping chronic diseases like heart disease at bay. Then there's coconut oil, which is a bit of a superstar. It's full of medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which your body burns quickly for energy instead of storing them as fat. So, it's awesome for boosting your metabolism, helping with weight management, and even giving your brain a little extra oomph. Plus, it has some natural antimicrobial properties, which are great for your gut health. Avocado oil is another fantastic choice. It's similar to olive oil with all that good oleic acid, and it's loaded with vitamins E and K, plus potassium, which are all key for healthy skin, strong bones, and keeping your blood pressure in check. The best part? Avocado oil is stable at high temperatures, so it's perfect for cooking without breaking down into unhealthy stuff. When you use these fats, you're not just boosting your heart health, but you're also helping with things like brain function, skin health, and even hormone balance. They're definitely worth adding to your kitchen. But before all these, it's a real problem how you can avoid those sneaky refined vegetable oils that are hiding in a lot of our food. They're in almost everything, especially processed stuff. These oils go through this crazy refining process that strips away nutrients and adds bad fats, which is not good for you in the long run. The trick is to always read the labels. If you see words like vegetable oil or partially hydrogenated, just know it's probably one of those refined oils you want to steer clear of. Instead, try to eat more whole foods, things like fresh veggies, fruits, meats, and grains. That way, you avoid all the added oils. When you cook at home, go for oils that are actually good for you, like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or even coconut oil. Olive oil's great for low heat cooking, avocado oil's awesome for high heat, and coconut oil's perfect for baking or stir frying. Now, if you're eating out, it's a good idea to ask what kind of oil they're using. A lot of places use those refined oils to fry things or saute food, so you can always ask for your meal to be grilled or cooked with something healthier. And if you're at a gathering, don't be afraid to bring your own oil to cook with. It's a small change that can make a big difference in how you feel. Just keep making better choices and you'll be all set. Because you know those refined vegetable oils, like soybean, corn, and canola oil, that are everywhere in processed foods and takeout? They are basically killers if we eat too much. They can cause inflammation and put us at risk for things like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. But here's the good news. There are healthier options out there. Olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil are all much better choices. By cutting out the refined oils, you're taking control of your health, balancing those fats in your body, and making a positive choice for your future. So, refined vegetable oils are far more dangerous than you've been led to believe. And now that you know the truth, it's time to take back control of your health. What do you think about them? Should vegetable oils like soybean and canola be banned from our food supply? What are your thoughts on this hidden health threat? Drop your comments below and let's get the conversation going. And if you're ready for more shocking health revelations like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.